You ready?
Yes, sir.
Johnny, go. You ready?
I'm always ready.
Let's lights, camera, action.
That's how winning is done.
The champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here!
The One Life Podcast.
Welcome back to the One Life Podcast. Today with your host, Todd Lawrence, co-host, Jonathan Horn, aka Johnny Unitas, and the champion, Verdo. So let's clap it up for him.
Verdo McTEER. You ain't know his last name. I know that's why I had to put it. Yeah, the champ is here, ladies and gentlemen. The champ is here.
Welcome. We're happy to have you with us.
I'm glad to be here, man.
Yeah. Good looks for pulling up.
Nah, for sure. It was a long time coming.
Yeah. Long time coming. Long time coming. Well, welcome to the One Life Podcast, man. Where every week we bring new talent from the local area. You know, we gonna go all around the world, but right now we bring a local talent from the local area of Pennsylvania, man. And we had some cats from New York City come on too as well. But yeah, like tell the people a little bit about yourself, Verdo, man. Like, you know, where you from, where you grew up and stuff like that. You know what I mean? We'll get into how you started boxing and stuff like that.
Well, I'm from Bronx, New York, so I'm one of those people from New York.
Boogie down Bronx.
Nah, I mess with Pennsylvania heavy though. I ain't throwing shade, but I just had to, you know. But
I ain't from Pennsylvania, nigga.
I'm just saying.
I'm born here.
I'm from New Jersey, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk your shit though, Ken. Come on.
I'm 21 years old. I've been boxing for about 3.5 years now, since I was 18, like a couple months into being 18 years old. And I wasn't even supposed to live up here, but I started boxing when I moved out here. I moved out here right after I graduated high school, and once I started boxing, I was gonna go to college, but this was calling me, so all the other stuff.
Yeah. How you knew it was calling you? What you mean when you say it was calling you? Boxing was calling you?
Well, I don't mean to be one of those people, but even before boxing, I could always fight.
Yeah.
People say, but yeah, I could always fight and stuff like that. And people who know me know. I couldn't fight to the extent that I can now, obviously. Like I couldn't fight for shit, but for the average person, I could fight.
Throw a couple hits though.
Yeah. So I just
you had to run run some bullies out of the hallways and shit.
Something not even that completely, but I just always, you know.
Niggas is jealous and shit. You had to stand on business.
Nah, for sure. And when I was younger and stuff, I used to be a little punk and stuff, so. It's like, and even then, like boxing now, like I'm not gonna say like, oh, I do this now so I could beat anybody and stuff like that. It comes with it, like the nerves and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But that's why I like it so much, because I just learned to overcome that stuff. Like
the adrenaline.
Yeah, boxing, it helps you grow as a person too, not even just as an athlete. Like it's a lot of lessons they teach you in life, stuff like that.
Yeah, self-discipline and stuff like that.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A lot of the martial arts are like that, where you learn the discipline to control yourself. Because it's not just being able to beat somebody up, it's also being able to defend. Also, you got to be able to control that inner, you know, tiger in you.
When you get punched and shit.
Bro.
For sure.
And also just the control of, like, a smart fighter also knows when to hit and when not to. Like,
right.
He's not going to keep trying to swing after the belt. He's not going to fight in anger. You know what I mean?
Right.
So there's a lot.
Newcomers be doing that, though.
Right. They get mad.
Yeah.
Like, nah.
Yeah. Tell them, because I used to box too. Like, if y'all don't know, most of y'all know, but I used to box too, man. And I hung my gloves up, but I started with Verdo. Well, Verdo started with me, and he now he is champion. Now he has just won the Pennsylvania Golden Gloves in only 2.5 years. How many? 3
years. Yeah.
3 years, man. Put the trophy up, man. Like, yeah. Tell
right
people the trophy. Put that shit.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Number one. How many people you had to fight in the tournament?
3 people.
3 people.
Yeah, okay. They was from Philly and Allentown.
Talk about it.
Like that.
Golden Gloves tournament 2024.
So from the first round through the finals?
Sure.
Yeah.
What was your experience like?
All right, well, it was 7 people in the whole tournament.
Okay.
And out of all the 7, I was ranked 5th. So they was already I was already like the underdog or whatever. Mm-hmm. Because before the tournament, I wouldn't say, like, obviously I developed into a better fighter, but even before that and stuff like that, I wasn't always this good and stuff. I lost a few fights that I shouldn't have lost. Mm-hmm. But it just comes
through your journey.
Nah, for sure. Mm-hmm. And then I grew as a fighter. Like, I stayed down and I just prevailed, I guess. But yeah, so I was the 5th ranked. Mm-hmm. I beat the first seed in the tournament too to get through that, and then yeah, so I just won the whole thing.
Ran through them niggas.
Yeah.
Bing, bing, bow.
I ain't gonna lie, not a single fight was challenging either.
Y'all wasn't messing with the champ, man. Y'all wasn't messing with my man. His jab, put your arm out. Show the people. Look how long the reach on. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, put it out. Man, that nigga pop you in your shit. Stop you in your shit, man. Yeah.
So now that you won that tournament, what's next for you in boxing?
Well, I'm an open class fighter now.
Okay.
So that means I have more than 10 fights. So I'm going on a 3-minute rounds, and my goal, I'm going to small goals at a time, but the next big goal, well, it's not like the final destination, but the next thing I'm looking forward to is winning nationals.
Okay.
So in order to do that, I gotta compete in these tournaments and get invited down there, and then I'm fighting against people from different states like that. It's not just Pennsylvania or Eastern Pennsylvania. I'm fighting the whole. So that's my next goal. 2025 national champion. Mark my words.
He called
What weight class?
156.
2025. He coming for y'all asses.
For sure.
Yeah, I couldn't do boxing, man.
Yes, yeah.
Nah,
Talk about why not? Wait.
Here's the thing,
I'm
right?
gonna ask you too. Yeah.
Here's the thing. Like I know myself. I know the kind of person I am. I like the idea of discipline and practice.
I never seen Jonny get upset, man.
I mean, you don't really need to get upset though.
No, yeah, I know. Yeah,
I'm a chill.
But what he's saying, he's it sounds like he's getting to some upset shit.
It's not that I would get upset. I'm not the kind of person that would fight in anger. But I think the problem is that I just don't like getting hit, and I'm not gonna put myself in a position voluntarily because
what they tell you to do to not get hit in boxing.
Yeah.
But also,
no, what they tell you. I'm saying.
Oh, you asked.
Yeah.
Also,
keep moving.
I'm like 195 right now. That's all them heavyweights, bro. Them dudes mad brolic.
Yeah.
And I'm long and lean, bro. They got dudes that's 5'7", 200 pounds, just mad diesel. I'm not trying to fight some wanna be Mike Tyson dude hitting me in the ribs mad hard. Like, nah, I'ma pass.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go read books in my house.
Yeah, all my sparring sessions was pretty heavy.
He told me about my man Horse over here.
Oh yeah. Shout out Horse, man. I don't even think he boxes anymore, but it was this dude named Horse, man. And in my boxing days, I boxed for 4 years. You know what I'm saying? I didn't tell the people, but for 4 years I boxed. You know what I'm saying? And I just hung my gloves up. But when I was boxing, I boxed this dude named Horse, man. And Horse, he hit me. He was like your weight, bro. That dude, that's the Horse hit me the hardest. That was one of the persons that hit me the hardest throughout my 4 years of boxing. And I didn't get knocked out or nothing, but I felt that shit. It felt like a horseshoe hit my fucking face, man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
pass on that.
Let
you have those experiences, and I'll live vicariously.
Hey, listen. Put it like this. You know, boxing. I love boxing, and it's very fun and exciting. And here's the thing with boxing though, and with any sport you do, you must stay committed and you must have your heart in it. You know what I'm saying? To win it. You know what I'm saying? Verdo just went through the Golden Glove. He was fighting for his life.
Right.
Fighting for his life, and he came out on top.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's how you want to come out. You know what I'm saying? On top, man. And
you know what you just made me think about? So Verdo, when you're approaching, like you said, you were ranked 5th, so you knew you weren't like the favorite to win any of your fights, especially since you went against the number 1 seed early, right?
Yeah.
What do you do mentally? Like, does that being the underdog like motivate you, or do you like just lock in and be like, I'm gonna show them what I could do? Like, what's going through your head?
I'm gonna show you how great I am. Yeah, show the people, man. Ali, man.
Nah, but really, like it's regardless of what you think, like you could tell yourself anything, you always gonna feel those nerves no matter what, even when you expected to win.
Right.
Cause when you're the underdog, it's like that, and like nobody think I'm gonna win, like, and you were nervous about that, like, oh, this guy I'm fighting, they think he's better than me.
Right.
But even when you're not the underdog, it's like, damn, like if I lose this, I'm gonna look like, damn, like who am I? Like, stuff like that. So,
I can't lose.
I ain't gonna lie, the nerves was getting me though.
Yeah.
Like every fight, like before every fight, like my mom.
What's the feeling?
My mom can attest. Before every fight, she would ask me like, "Are you alright?" Like, cause I'll just be sitting there like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
Like you about to get on a big ass roller coaster or some shit.
But a thing that got me through all the fights and stuff was definitely prayer. Because when I'm feeling like,
thank God,
I'm alone in there and stuff like that, I just tell myself like, the power of God lives within you. So. It's
my brother.
Is that like a mantra for you? Like you tell yourself that
every fight. The
power of God lives within you.
For sure. Yeah.
The power of God lives within you.
Adjust this camera real quick.
Me.
Nah, but yeah, like it's nerve wracking, like for sure. But I'm just like, win or lose, I just can't wait till it's over every time.
Yeah.
I just can't wait till it's over.
So are you more of like a technical boxer, or are you just trying to knock people out?
I'm more technical for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I can bang though. My coaches get on me about that a lot because I'm tall, so I'm not really supposed to be in there like that. But I don't know. Sometimes it's like
you give them that
like you get hit good one time, like one good time.
Yeah.
It's not like I start fighting angry and stuff, but it's
you're like, I gotta lock in.
I gotta get my get back.
Yeah, you get the get back.
Yeah, but like as I grow as a fighter, I'm definitely disciplined. I'm more disciplined than I was before. So I fight like in the Golden Gloves. Every game plan that my coaches gave me throughout the whole thing, I listened to it to a T, like perfectly. Every single fight, and it works. So.
Amen.
Nah, but
do you have like a favorite fighter?
Who your top 3?
My top 3, like currently or all time?
I do top 5. We gotta do top 5.
Yeah,
because
top 5
is kind of rough, all time.
Word.
All time, but top 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Top 5 boxers, man. Who your top 5 of all time? Current day too. You could slip them in there. You know what I mean? If you got to do 7, you could do 7, but just try to put. 5.
Let's start with 5.
Yeah. Something. Top 5.
Number 1. Like I wouldn't say these are my favorite, but these are like numbers don't lie and stuff like that.
Right.
And like the eye test is a big one. But number 1 is definitely Floyd Mayweather. Like it's
the money team.
It's not that he just went 50-0. It's like damn near every single fight. Yeah. Damn near every single fight, it was like that shit wasn't even like. Yeah. It was no question about who won. Besides like 2 fights out of like 50.
All his punches the whole time.
Yeah.
Nah, for sure.
He dictates the pace of the fight.
Floyd Mayweather is definitely number 1. I'm gonna just say 5 in general. I ain't gonna say like in order because then it's a lot to think. Like it's a lot.
Yeah. Putting them in the rankings challenging.
So Floyd is definitely number 1. Lennox Lewis is definitely in my top 5.
Heavyweight legend.
Yeah. Sugar Ray Leonard. Let me think. It's a lot, man. And I don't want to discredit anybody else. Roberto Duran, he went all the way up from lightweight to light heavyweight at 5'5".
That's kind of wild.
Yeah, that's
incredible.
Roberto Duran.
Right there.
And then I'm gonna have to say Tommy Hearns, man.
Bro, hold on, pause. Say those again.
So Floyd Mayweather, Lennox Lewis, Roberto Duran, Tommy Hearns, and who else did I say?
Lennox Lewis, you said him?
Yeah, I said him already.
And Tommy Hearns?
Yeah, said that.
Roberto Duran, Floyd Mayweather.
And Sugar Ray.
Yeah, Sugar Ray, yeah.
So Ali is not in your top 5?
Oh, and you got his shirt on right now.
Listen,
if I told you to give 7.
Listen, I respect Muhammad Ali for sure. Like,
but you don't think he's top 5 best fighters?
Best. He lost to Ken Norton. Ken Norton only had 7 pro fights, man.
That was at the end of his career.
It was near there, but not the butt end.
I mean, he did have Parkinson's when he was fighting.
Not when he pulled.
Ken Norton was like.
Hell yeah, he went out like float like a butterfly.
He should have. You know what?
Vibrate like.
You know what the thing about Ali is? As much as we love him, I think.
Rest in peace, Ali, man.
Facts.
Sure.
I think a lot of
blood that nigga. Pause.
I think a lot of great. You ain't gotta pause that because that's not.
Yeah. You know, but with all this no Diddy shit, man.
But I think this is probably a problem in a lot of pro sports where athletes will play or compete beyond the point that they should have.
For sure.
I think Ali, like many other great athletes, continued to fight when he shouldn't have. And I don't know if that's a pride thing, I don't know if it's a money thing, but it's usually a combination of both.
Yeah. Where
people may not have been able to manage their funds correctly and they're like, oh, well, I'll get $1 million if I fight this dude. You know, and yeah, I could beat him. I'm still nice. And it's like, bro, you're not you at 20.
No,
you know what I mean?
Know when to step aside.
I think a lot of people will struggle with that. Like, what do you think about that?
Nah, for sure. I think it comes not even just the money, but the passion. It's like they've been doing this their whole life. So it's like life after, a lot of people don't know. Like, it's like, what now? Speaking of just sports in general, not even just boxing, Tom Brady, Jesus, man. He extended his all the way to the...
And football is way different than boxing. Boxing and UFC, those two sports are like you damaging your body to a different level. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, but even with football, the CTE though.
Yeah, but Tom Brady too. He's a quarterback.
Right.
He's not
hit.
really.
No, but
he's getting hit, but he's like getting protected compared to like a wide receiver getting cracked every play.
Or
right.
back.
Yeah, or a fullback. Right.
But every play goes to the QB. So every single play, if your offensive line's not holding up their own, like you getting hit.
Right. Yeah.
Regularly.
Yeah.
Ankle injuries, knee injuries. So I agree. Like Tom Brady, I think Tom Brady and LeBron James are like freaks of nature. There aren't people like them. Yeah. They're very rare to be able to play at that level.
Rest in peace, Kobe. Right.
But even Kobe, I love Kobe, but Kobe fell apart.
What is ACL?
With so many injuries, like finger injuries, wrist injuries, like toward the end of his career, Kobe was great for like 13 years. The last, I would say 15 years. The last like 5 years of his career, he was falling apart.
Right.
You know what I mean? We love him and respect him because he'd have these random games where he dropped 40. But even Kobe said, like, I'm not who I was.
Right.
You know what I mean? And yeah, we got a 60 piece out of him in the last game, but the man shot like 60 shots.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't normally get 60 shots. You know, to be as good as Tom Brady was at the end of his career, as good as LeBron James is right, like in the playoffs again.
Right.
You know what I mean? People are like,
LeBron in the playoffs right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
And his team is not that great. Like the Lakers are good, but they were like the 8th seed.
Real life GOAT.
Right. So like, and people are like, you know, if he beats the Nuggets in the first round of the playoffs and gets to the finals again.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
People are like, he's solidifying his name as the GOAT. And then people still gonna be like, well, he only got 5 rings. Jonny got 6 and never lost. But it's like, bro.
It's all an opinion. These guys are all successful at the end of the day.
Crazy successful. But in the same vein, like, should LeBron James retire while he's still able to do amazing things? Or should he play like Kareem until he can only get 12 buckets a game? You know what I mean?
And that's another thing that I refer back to when it comes to these sports. Baseball, golf, you know what I'm saying? Even basketball, it's like you could kind of drag it out. It's not really physical unless you get in a technical foul or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like the longevity in those type of sports.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could take it the distance.
I agree with you on that. It's amazing the fact that Floyd stayed at the top so long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not just 50 wins, but like, it's not like the old days where it was like dudes was boxing and fighting 130 fights.
Mike Tyson.
You know what I mean? No, even before that, like before Sugar Ray, like right. Even like if you look at all them old dudes, Joe Louis
and back in the day, it wasn't 12 rounds. It was like 15, right?
Not even before the 15 rounders.
Yeah.
If you look deep into boxing history, they was fighting like I'm not even exaggerating, 45 round fights and shit like that. I swear.
Yeah. Because if nobody won.
Like,
it wasn't just
niggas was like, I would read. I'm wondering if
the moves was like this.
I'm wondering if it really happened or if it's like that.
Somebody lost count.
Not even just that, but you see how the old heads always exaggerated. Oh, back in my heyday, you know, it used to be way more.
Yeah, back in my day, yeah.
They would just fight until somebody. So they would fight until somebody gave up.
Yeah,
that was the problem.
Until them niggas died, man.
Something mad.
And I think boxing. When I say 45 round fights and stuff like that, I think I'm being generous. Right. There was actually like them
dudes was so tough.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
They'd be like, I'm not done yet. Man's whole face is sideways, bro. And it's not like now where they can put like stuff on your face and like tape up your eye and all. Hey, bro. Dude was just out here like one eye just, I'm not done yet. You can't see, bro. I'm still standing. Like, bro, calm down. Calm down. It's over. Nah. And then he wins. Somehow he gets like one lucky punch. Knocks man out. He's like, I'm a champion. And then they gotta take him to the hospital because he probably died like 3 minutes later.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. At least there's more safety precautions. Like refs stop fights when they realize like, no, there's gonna be brain damage, there's gonna be problems, you know what I mean?
Facts.
But with combat sports, like your health has to be on point.
Facts.
On point.
So what's some advice you could give to like new boxers, any boxers that are thinking about getting into the sport and stuff like that? Like your experience when you first came into sport, basically.
What I would say is focus on the fundamentals first. A lot of people try to get caught up in, I want to spar immediately, like 2 months in and stuff like that. Like, you could forget about all that for now. Like, that's gonna come eventually, but the best way to go about it is building a solid foundation first, for sure.
And when you say building a solid foundation, what you mean by that? Like
in boxing, your feet definitely come first. A lot of people are so caught up in, oh my God, they're like this
punch.
Yeah, but you gotta like nobody knows that everything starts from your feet. So you can throw whatever punch you want, but if you can't set it up, like it's no point. Yeah. Facts.
What was that first sparring session you had like what was that feeling of being in there the first time with somebody that like actually was like I'll give you an example, like when I first went in there with somebody, it was like that KO dude from like I think he was from East Stroudsburg or something, and like I felt the punch and I was like, oh, and everybody was around the ring and nigga, I got fucking sweat, nigga. Oh, your energy just drains so fast. But what was your experience like?
Like my first sparring session
feeling? Yeah.
In general, or like with the first the toughest guy? Like
the toughest guy. Like your first, because you know when you get in there and you up against somebody you could toss around.
It's not this.
You don't get that feeling.
Well, I did some in-house sparring first, like against guys like VJ and stuff like that. Was like, but still we teammates, so we ain't gonna kill each other. But
shout out that nigga VJ, man.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm not trying to big up myself or anything like that, but the first tough opponent I actually sparred, the second time I sparred him, I knocked him up. I think you was there.
Oh yeah. You don't gotta say no names.
I'm not gonna say his name.
I know who you talking about.
But yeah, the first time I sparred him, like I didn't do bad. Like, well, I didn't do completely bad, but you can tell like he was better than me and stuff like that.
Oh, so you felt you got he touched you a little bit.
Yeah.
And you felt he was like, oh shit, this is is boxing. Welcome to boxing.
Yeah, I was like, damn, like these guys are a little better or whatever. But the second time I sparred him was a week or two before my first fight.
Yeah.
And then he came to my gym this time and stuff, and he actually had 2 fights at this time, and I had no fights.
Yeah.
And then we were sparring for a little bit, and then what happened. And then
what'd you catch him with?
It was a right hand.
Yeah. Boom.
And then he fell or whatever, like on his knee or whatever, and then he got up, and he was like, oh, he hit me in the back of the head, like trying to line, like
he tried to claim it.
So nobody said nothing or whatever.
He called his bluff.
Yeah. So nobody said nothing or whatever.
Knockout, nigga.
He left, and then I finished sparring with another guy who was there, Jawanda. I finished sparring with him or whatever. And then when he left, like the whole gym and stuff, everybody was like, nah, like that nigga was not. Yeah. The funniest shit, but VJ was like, yo, he went to sleep and woke up lying. I'm like, I'll never forget that. I was like, nah, that's
for sure.
Nah, but yeah, that was a good one though. That's when I was really like, oh yeah, I'm ready for this. Like,
I'm
ready.
That's awesome, man. It's kind of cool when you find like your passion, like what you want to do. What do you think? What do you think you want to do with all that you've learned? You know, like how do you think that's going to contribute to your life going forward?
You know, like the great Kobe Bryant himself said, the greatest act a human can do is inspire. Because at that point, you're not only, doing good for yourself, but thousands, millions, however many people you're affecting. Even if you could just affect one person,
right?
You made a change on the earth, because when you inspire somebody, it's like, I don't know, it's bigger than yourself. I don't know how to like put it into words, but
you said it right there.
So that's one of the things I love to do the most is inspire people. Like when people tell me now, like that's the best compliment somebody could give me now. When they be like, yo, bro, you so motivational. Like you inspire me so much. Like I'm proud. Like when people say that,
that's that feeling.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, I'm not doing
the champ is here.
Like
you're a wise young man.
The champ is here. I told you, this is my nigga. This is like my brother, man, from another, man.
Nah, but yeah, it definitely reaffirms me. It's like, cause with the boxing stuff, like it's ups and downs and stuff like that. It's not all like championships and stuff like that. Like it's losses, wins, and it's like sometimes it's like, damn, like is this even worth it? But then like somebody will tell you like, yo, bro, like
you think about your career, your journey.
Nah, for sure. So and Conor McGregor, another fighter, he said it. I forgot the exact words he said, but it was like your lack of commitment is an insult to the people who believe in you.
Right.
Oh, that's so.
Yeah. So I listened to that and I was like, yo, like, cause at first I was bullshitting. Like before boxing, I used to play basketball and stuff, and I would wake up like, I would get like a teammate or whatever, like, or not a teammate, but somebody I would want to like who also liked basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would tell them like we would tell each other like, yo, 5 in the morning we gonna go behind the building, do this before school.
Right.
So I would wake up 5 in the morning, right? I'll call the nigga, he not answering. I'm like, yo, this nigga sleep. And I just be like, fuck it, I'm going to sleep too. So I'll go back to sleep.
You must have strong teammates.
Yeah, so I would go back to sleep or whatever.
To succeed.
So when I first started boxing, it wasn't completely like that. I still liked it, but it took me a while to be the disciplined man I am today.
Right.
Like I was still like, oh, he ain't coming, I'm not coming.
Right.
But then one day I just told myself, I was like, damn, like I can't wait on nobody else. Like I'm the only person that's gonna get up and do this for me. So even regardless, like I'll train by myself, coach or not, like I'm always working.
If you want to succeed at anything, you have to be the one who polices yourself. And then as you build, like I'm very fortunate in this scenario. Like Todd is really motivating for me. Cause I'm pretty disciplined.
He stole your handshake. Look, it's all love in the circle.
Facts.
Pause.
But no, for real. Like honestly, when it comes to the podcast, like I've always been motivated to do certain things, and I have my own stuff going on the side with my voice acting and the content I create. But
this is the GOAT, Jonny GOAT.
But in talking to Todd, when we talked about this idea for the first time, we were on the same page. I could tell Todd was as enthusiastic about it as I was. So, in the same thing with your boxing journey, yes, you have to be your own person to discipline yourself. But as you move in the direction that you're aiming, you're gonna find other people aligned with you, and you keep those people in your circle, because then when you do need that motivation, like some days Todd's like, "Yo, John, I need some clips. Let's go." And I'm like, "All right, bet. Let me get on.
Let's get that content out here.
I may not want to be. I might be sleeping, taking a nap, because I'm a dad. I got multiple jobs. I'll be running around. I'll be tired. But Todd knows once I get in the zone, I'll lock in on editing and get your clips out. I'm gonna send 5 clips.
Done.
And then we posting. So you gotta have those people and build your team.
Amen.
And then keep that circle tight. Don't let anybody come between that.
Amen. Yeah. And you just gave me some flowers. And you said I motivated you, right?
Nice. Tell
the people, Verdo, who motivated you, like when you started.
Alright, so
tell the truth. Tell the people.
Yeah, so I ain't gonna lie.
I'm tell the real story. I don't care. You take
listen, no. I'm not just saying this because he's here. So I will come in the gym and train by myself sometimes, and I will see Todd,
Cause we talk about motivation and giving the people motivation.
So he would be coming in when I was leaving, and I would see him and stuff. But one day I actually decided to go up to him, and I was like, "Yo, how many miles a day you run?" And then he told me or whatever, and then he told me his routine and stuff, and he was like, "Yo, you should actually come with the trainers and stuff." Cause when I first started, I was just by myself and stuff like that.
Right.
So I came with the trainers and stuff. That's where I met my coach now, Jesse. Appreciate him. But yeah, so
shout out Coach Jesse, man.
Sure. So I came with the trainers and stuff, and then I would train and stuff. And I remember I was working the morning shift at my job at this time, and Todd was working the night shift. And I asked him, I was like, "Yo, so how you be training and stuff like that?" And then you was like, "Oh, when I get off of work at 5 in the morning, I just go
straight to the gym."
Yeah,
like, oh,
and it wasn't like it's a regular job either. Like it was a warehouse, hard labor. So
that's what me and Todd.
Oh yeah, he told me.
Yeah. We was all
But yeah, so he told me, he was like, yeah,
physical labor for 12
hours. We was all in the warehouse together, y'all.
So he was like, after work, right after work, 5 a.m. because our gym open at straight. Yeah. I was like, damn, bro, you strong. And then that's when I knew. I was like, I bet. So
and he turned up.
Yeah, I was like,
he said, how many miles you run?
Okay.
I said like 4. He started doing 6.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah. Yo, and when I used to spar Verdo, bro, he got some sharp ass punches, man. Yeah, you think he looks skinny and slim, bro? When, like I said about Horse, you got a strong punch. I know when you jab niggas, they think twice. Like, hold up, I gotta get around under this guy.
It's different now too, cause I'm getting sharper and sharper.
Yeah,
that was.
And in your weight class, you probably have a size advantage too.
Nah,
height wise,
99% of the time,
yeah, because you could honestly, I would imagine you'd be able to hit a lot of dudes and dodge they punch at the same time. Flipping and catching them.
For sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, are you more of a counter puncher?
It depends what I need to do. I don't limit myself to one fighting style. I guess you could say I'm a boxer puncher. That means you can do anything like Terrence Crawford type stuff. Okay. I'm not you don't really limit him to that's what I try to
flexible
to be. Yeah. Whatever I gotta do, I could do it.
You gotta be adaptable.
Back to what I said before, my coaches be getting on me and stuff. They oh, you too tall for that. But sometimes you throwing and Yeah, sometimes you throw it and the guy is just relentless, like, you know, and then you forced.
Right.
It's like, no, you can't back up. Like, you're forced to sit in there.
Yeah.
And then shout out to my teammate Kareem too, cause he like 190 pounds, 200
Shout
pounds.
out Kareem.
Yeah, I'll be in there brawling with him.
Yeah.
So I feel like that made me durable.
Oh,
like, so it's like these guys that
big strong dudes
yeah.
will put a hurting on you too.
Yeah, he got like a 40-pound advantage on me. So so when I'm sparring these guys that's like 150 pounds, like my weight and stuff, it's
You like, nah.
Yeah.
You can't touch me.
I'll be like, yeah, he hit way harder than
Float
that.
like a butterfly.
Nah, for sure.
Like a bee.
For sure.
That's awesome.
What has been your toughest like challenge so far through your journey in boxing?
Honestly, like just staying, like every day is a challenge. Like it's no specific thing because I do a lot outside of boxing because obviously at this point in my career, I consider boxing my career, but it's not paying me.
Yeah.
Like it's a big investment.
It's coming.
Right.
Yeah, so
we getting there.
Outside, I would say the biggest challenge is outside of that, managing that, especially because my main job now is hard labor. So right after work, like I'll be tired and I'm like, damn, I got.
And you got 2 jobs.
Yeah.
The champ is disciplined, bro.
It's like I gotta do this or whatever. So yeah, definitely balancing outside of
Future's here.
well, I wouldn't say balancing because my schedule is very consistent, but I don't know, I'll be drained and I'll be having to push through that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely for a while I've been sticking to that though. So yeah, it's becoming second nature.
Cool. So I got a question for you. Outside of boxing, what are some things that you do to unwind and like clear your head?
That's the thing. Like I don't mean to sound cliche either.
Oh, sorry.
I don't really do it like for real. Like I barely do anything. Like I'm just straight working boxing. Like I gotta go and I'm just locked in.
Amen.
I'm trying to think of like I don't know. I just do like regular stuff, nothing spectacular. Like I don't know. I just chill, like watch TV.
Get some pussy.
Todd, you might be one of the horniest people I have. There's a room with just dudes in here, and all he's like,
Nah, yeah, bro, cause it's real. This is bro talk, man. What else you gonna be doing? You ain't jerking up. You chat. Getting pussy. Hey, but look, the real question behind getting pussy, right? When it comes to boxing, you know, it's that myth saying like, you know, don't have sex like, you know, a few days before your fight. Tell the world, is that true or what's your opinion on that, man?
Well, I don't think it's true, but you know, I feel like on fight day, like I try to mentally lock in, and it's hard to do that when you're thinking about the what ifs. So it's like me, I train consistently 100% of the time.
Right.
So I'm never wondering, oh, what if I didn't work hard enough? That's out of my worry.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I don't want to have to wonder, like, damn, like I just had sex. Like,
Yeah.
what if this is burning me out? Like, I don't like.
Yeah.
Like,
Anxiety.
so I don't even chance it. Like,
Right.
I ain't gonna lie. My coach tell me to do 2 weeks. I just do 1 week. Like,
Okay, yeah.
I do like 1 week before the or that Sunday. I mean, like, a couple days, like, but the whole week of, like, I abstain from it.
Yeah.
Cameras rolling.
Rolling.
We back after that quick commercial break. Brought to you by Gatorade. No, I'm just playing.
Brought to you by.
Welcome back to the One Life Podcast, episode 8, man. Here with the champ, Verdo McTEER, just won the Golden Gloves Tournament of Pennsylvania 2024. We got him live in center right now, man.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
In the flesh.
But yeah, back to our conversation, what we were saying and stuff like that. You know what? Mix it up. You going to the fight this weekend?
Oh,
to see
yeah.
Real, Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia.
Ooh.
Give your opinion on that fight, man. Before you give your opinion, I feel like Ryan Garcia, he's not taking the fight like too serious. He's out here goofing off and acting like a cornball while, you know, he about to put his life on the line. What do you say about that?
Well, I mean, what you show the world isn't always what you're actually doing. So he could be doing that. So Devin is like, oh, he's not taking it serious. So I don't, like, you don't know. A lot of people play a lot of tricks. I don't think he's that confident that he could beat Devin though. That's why I think he's doing all of that. He's trying to do anything he can to like get in his head and stuff like that. But yeah. So I can't even speak on it because I don't really know what he's doing.
Who you think gonna win?
Devin Haney, of course. Skills pay the bills, man.
What round? Or is it going the distance?
Most likely it's gonna go to distance, but I can see Ryan getting stopped. And I don't think Devin got the power to like knock him out one punch type shit, like sleep him. But he definitely could overwhelm him. Yeah. And then just beat him up bad enough to the point where it's like they gotta stop the fight. I could definitely.
You could see that happen.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you think because Ryan lost to Tank, especially since Ryan lost to Tank to a body shot and Tank was like, yo, he weakened the body before that fight. Do you think that chink in the armor of Ryan motivated him?
You said the chicken armor?
Chink in the armor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that chicken armor. No, but do you think that? Let's suppose something like that happened to you. Put yourself
stopped by a body shot.
But put yourself in Ryan's shoes for a second.
The body shots hurt, man.
Bro.
You don't know.
The air out you.
That's worse than that thing.
Yeah, they take the energy out of you. They keep getting hit in the body.
So my question is, suppose you were Ryan Garcia after that Tank fight, and up until that point you thought you was on top of the world. What would be the things that you would do to get yourself locked in for a fight like Devin Haney?
Well, you got to look at every opponent differently.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say that. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I don't really think that affects the fight with Haney, especially because Haney's like a longer rangy fighter. So, but I don't know. That'll definitely change my mindset though. Like, it'll definitely make me like push harder. Like, nothing specific, but just a regular like work harder than I did before for sure.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you think you would train, like in my mind, and I don't know because I'm not a fighter, but my approach to problem solving is like this. If I find that I have a weakness, because that's the reality. Ryan had a weakness, Tank knew his weakness, and then gave it to him at the right time, in the right moment, and put him down. If I'm aware, or if I wasn't aware of that weakness, now I am, if I'm Ryan Garcia, I am going to train in a way to make sure that I can't get knocked out that way again.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's got to be the most discouraging thing. When you take that hit, he went down, you watch him, and you see him, everything in his face says,
I think he was just scared at that point. Like, I don't know. Because you
can't get up from those sometimes.
I know, but I'm saying, like, the way he was looking back and forth, like, are you going to stop it, my nigga? I'm done. Like, yeah, it was one of those, like, all right, and then they go that, like, yo, man, all right, we going to get paid today. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those type shits, man. What you think? You seen Adrian Broner recently? He tried to holler at Coyle Ray, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck was he doing?
I don't know.
That was some shit. Yeah, because it's the way you come across sometimes. And you've been losing fights. You can't, if you a boxer and you losing fights, man, don't be out here trying to like slide in DMs and shit, because
better slide out.
It's niggas like Tank and Shakur Stevensons and Real Devin Haney's. They want them type of niggas with 20 and O's. They want an O at that because they know they getting that real money. It's all about the bag nowadays.
Even if you don't got the O, you better have won your last fight. You can't lose your last fight and show him be like, hey, baby, let me holler at you. She's like, nah, who beat you? Let me get his number.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And she making bread. Coyle Ray is making entertainment rap money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that Adrian Broner, I feel like in boxing, once you stop winning, you're not really seeing too much high prices. You're not really receiving
your value is perceived in winners.
Right, yeah.
You know, which is I found this interesting. Do you think this is a question about the boxing industry. There's a lot of fighters out there, right? In all over the country. From amateur to pro. And sometimes it seems like a lot of people will come on the scene with an undefeated record.
Yeah.
Do you think those numbers are inflated?
Of course. 100%, man.
Talk about it, right? Yeah.
Everybody's numbers aren't inflated to the extent that other people's are, because some people actually fight in good competition. Like
you said Tanks is inflated.
Nah, Tanks is inflated. Like if you look at his box rec, he didn't really start fighting like top competition till like I don't know, around like 18 fight. Like but everybody before that was really like. But you know,
what's that called? Like. Up in the record, what do they call it?
You just beating up tomato cans.
There you go.
Beating up tomato cans.
That's
makes sense.
But to pump your record.
That's people that aren't on your level. Yeah. You're fighting down because you know you get the easy W.
Yeah, and it's just it's to build the fighter.
Right.
Like, cause I don't agree with it, but I don't also don't not agree with it because it is a smart tactic.
Right.
Because at first, why would you take the toughest fights and risk, like, you never know what can happen, losing and stuff like that, and you're not making the highest amount you can make.
Right.
You want to build a name first, build your social media status, and then when undefeated fighter fight undefeated fighter, and y'all both got some, a name, and then that's when you can make the most money.
It's all about the bread.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah, because if you, like you just said, if bro shows up and he's like 13-7, everybody be like, this man lost 7 times. So who?
Yeah.
But it's like he could be a better fighter.
It's even worse than that. They be
You know what I
fighting
mean?
fighters with no wins. Like it be
Oh my God.
it be records like guys is like 0-25 and shit. I swear to God.
Why would you not? I'm sorry. If you
like
lose 25 times at anything, bro, and I'm not like, and you trying to make it a career, you probably need to pivot.
At that point,
Probably
those
need
guys
to-
aren't trying to be prize fighters though. Those guys are just doing it
They're-
to get by day to day. Like, oh, I can take this a little
Right. They get it. Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna
They're
risk my
literally
life
just
for a
the
couple
tomato.
of dollars.
Yeah.
No, not me.
Some people are like that.
Nah.
I guess, if they realize, okay, well, I'm not a great fighter, but I bet you sometimes they're better than their opponent, but they're paid to take the L too. What do you think?
You seen that recent thing, just to connect with what you just said, that dude in the NBA, he just got
who was betting on his own games.
yeah, he just got eliminated from what's his name, Porter?
Yeah, something
Yeah,
for that.
but he looked. Here's my opinion on that situation. The dude that got eliminated, exiled from the NBA for like cheating on his bets and stuff like that, bro. If you're gonna cheat on yourself for bets, like to win bet, you need to be like really good, like a LeBron James or a really good. So that way, when you do decide to fuck up, it don't look like. You know what I mean? Like, if you fucking up every time and then all of a sudden you do good and you got to be really good to trick the system.
Right.
That dude, I don't know, was he good, Porter? He looked like a scrub.
Everybody in the NBA is good. Like, I don't care what anybody says.
I get what you're saying.
It's like literally those are like probably the 4 or 5
But what I'm-
best players in the world.
What I'm saying is like a Tom Brady, a LeBron James.
Nah, he wasn't a
No, he wasn't a superstar.
Yeah.
Right. So you are noticeable when you're doing stupid shit.
My biggest thing is
So
like
to say, hey,
bro,
you know, it's,
to be on the bench in the NBA. These dudes make $500 grand. So it's like
to be on the
you
bench.
more than that.
need to gamble on yourself. That's just dumb. That's just dumb. Like, I don't care what are you doing? Like,
Brady.
put 50 grand on me to make 20 tonight, bro, and my last shot gonna be a 3. It's like, bro, what are you talking about? You don't need that. You make $500,000, live on $300,000, invest $200,000. Well, probably not because you got taxes and stuff, but you know what I mean? Like, you can live below $500,000 easily.
Right.
And invest for your family. So the idea of, I want to gamble my entire family's future money on whether I make 19 points and get 3 rebounds.
Yeah.
Like, bro, come on, I don't care. It's dumb. It's scrub. It's chump change.
Right.
It's such a dumb thing to do. So as much as I don't want anybody to not succeed, I think for that, the discipline was well deserved. Like, that's stupid. You don't deserve to be in the NBA if you're gonna do dumb stuff like that. You're messing up your own team. All the people on your team that's expecting to win and wants a certain consistency out of you. Your coaches are paying you. Your team. Yo, you just dumb, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's the exact type of opposite person you need to be in life.
Absolutely.
You know?
So when you make it real big in your career, right, with this One Life, you know what I'm saying? You're on the One Life podcast right now. When you make it big in your career, right, which is it's coming. What are the top, like your first top 3, top 5 biggest purchases that you want to make? Like that, you know what I mean? Like, yo, when I get my bread, when I get that bag, I'm going to get this and this and this and this. And I'm gonna shit on it. Nah, you know. But what's those top 3, top 5 things you want?
See, the funny thing about it, right, is I was thinking to myself, like, yo, my first $20 million fight, like, what am I buying and stuff like that.
Right.
But honestly, like, I'm
$20 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, it get like that once you up there.
God willing, man.
It's gonna come. You got it.
Something I like about myself is that I wasn't even. Obviously, I'm gonna get everything that comes with the. I'm gonna take all the fruits of my labor, like everything like that, like all the exotic stuff.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be on that
But
J.
the
Cole
first
shit.
thing I'm gonna handle is taking care of the people I love, man.
Go ahead.
Take care of the people you
Nah,
love.
yeah, that's the first thing I'm gonna do. Like, everybody's straight. Like,
Okay.
I do that. Like, once I even get word of the contract, I'm walking in my mom's job. I'm like, kid, we out of here.
Quit.
That's the first.
Amen.
That's
Mom
the-
Duke's on the list first.
That's the first thing I'ma do.
Amen.
Handle it. I'm gonna just handle my stuff, man. Like, that's really the reason why I want to make it. Like, obviously all the other stuff is nice, like the lifestyle that not everybody gets to live, but that's the biggest thing. Like I want to take care of everybody, my loved.
So what you gonna do? Like buy a house for your mom?
She's never working again.
Okay.
Definitely gonna get a house.
Mm-hmm.
By that time, hopefully.
Where at?
Wherever she want to move. She don't. She my mom live in New York right now, but
Right.
she don't. I don't know. She just like it out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. But she told me she'd probably move to Jersey or something like that. But like not regular Jersey, like up in
up where the mansions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
$1 million home in Jersey.
facts.
Gotcha.
The champ is here.
Facts. But yeah, just tire my mom really.
Get some ice.
Yeah.
But some what kind of car you want to get?
My dream car is a Urus.
Yours, yeah, Lamborghini Urus. Yeah, I want that shit too. Yeah.
That's the. Nah, yeah, I'm definitely. I don't know. Like if I'm playing with like the money I do get to play with, because I am obviously going like invest and stuff like that.
Top notch.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get the big house, the everything that come with it, the cars, the jewelry, whole team, iced out.
Yep.
Like.
Okay.
Sure.
So here's a good question, right? Out of all the boxers currently in the sport, if you got to choose somebody that you got to get in the ring with, who would it be? Like just out of experience, like one day, you know what I'm saying? Once you up there in the pros, who is somebody that you would love to share the ring with? Like,
I do think about that sometimes actually. I just look at the guys at my weight, like the younger guys, because if I could look at the guys at my weight, but if they're already pushing like 30 something plus, then it's like,
that could be.
Yeah, by the time I get to that level, they're gone.
Right.
So definitely, I'll be like, damn, I'm gonna really have to fight Boots one day.
okay.
And that nigga, he's not.
Boots and it's Boots.
Yeah, he's not a game. He's tough.
Right.
So it's like, damn, I'm really.
He from Philly, right? Boots.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the main one I be thinking though. I'll be like, damn, I'm really gonna have to fight this nigga.
Yeah.
This shit gonna be real though.
Got you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, shit, man. What, you got any more questions for the champ?
I think. How about this? One more.
How many miles do you run a day?
So before I used to do the regular miles and stuff like that, like the 6 mile and stuff like that. But then I realized that's not the most efficient way to train for the amateurs.
Okay.
And for the amateurs, it's more like a sprint, not a marathon. And the pros, it's like 8 rounds, 10, 12 rounds.
Right.
And the amateurs, the most important thing for your conditioning is more than the miles. I do stuff like interval runs and sprints and stuff like that.
Right.
That's way more important because when
Give you that.
Right.
Go ahead.
yeah, and it's a pro style and it's an amateur style. Pro style, you're more poised, relaxed because you go over the course of 12 rounds. You can fully exert yourself.
Right.
Amateur, you only got 3 rounds, so you gotta
win that.
Yeah. Every round you gotta let your hands go and stuff like that. So yeah,
Because you trying to win like off the numbers.
Yeah. Okay. So you don't got time to just sit there
Wait.
So I don't even run a specific number of miles. I just do interval runs and stuff like that and sprint. That's more important than 3 mile time or a 6 mile time.
When it comes to amateur boxing.
Yeah.
How do you transition from amateur to pro?
Well, I can't say yet. I'm still an amateur, but
Okay. Like I'm sure there's like steps in the goal.
Oh, you talking about like training wise or just in general?
So I would assume you have to qualify for a professional fight.
Okay.
What are the qualifications?
I see what you mean now.
Yeah.
So you can actually turn pro whenever you want. Like you right now, if you wanted to turn pro. Like that's the thing, right? So
I want to do 0-25.
Yeah.
Yo, let me get 2,500 to fight. Bro.
So certain guys do that, and that's how they end up like that.
You might be alright.
That's how they end up like with the 0 and 25. Cause they're like,
I'm fighting only short dudes. I'm gonna cut 30 pounds so I can fight below my weight. Let me fight some dude, but I'm still have to fight this dude because I cut 30 pounds. I'm like 165 still.
Yeah.
nah, but yeah. So anybody could turn pro when they want. But obviously, if you turn pro, no experience and stuff, you're just gonna be one of those tomato cans getting beat on for $1,000.
Right.
But
And explain what a tomato can is, because we've been using that the whole time. What is a tomato can? Some people don't know what a tomato can is.
So basically, a tomato can, you going in there and you know when you gonna lose. Like you just going in there for the check for real.
Right.
So you
Just
don't.
showing up.
Yeah. That's how a lot of guys build their resume.
So you basically commit suicide, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you just going in there for the check and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so me right now, if I wanted to turn pro right now, I could technically, but I'm not gonna do that yet because amateur you could take like wins and losses. It don't matter. Amateur, that's just
not part of your pro record.
Yeah, that's just for experience.
Right.
You want to get as much experience in the amateurs as possible, so you can see every style of fighter and stuff like that.
Right.
But pro, your record counts. Like that's set in stone. That's really your career and stuff like that. So you can't afford to lose. So I'm probably gonna go pro in my goal is about 3 years.
I got a question for you. What do you think about the Olympics? Like, you know how like some professional boxers, they end up like they basically they train for the Olympics to get some of the best competition in the world.
Yeah.
And then they become pro. Because then they have a name and they have experience and they're an elite athlete. Have you ever thought about pursuing that route?
He definitely, yeah.
So the thing is, right? Boxing is actually getting taken out of the Olympics.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, 2024 is the last year
I didn't know that.
because of corruption. Like, people were paying judges and stuff like that.
That's crazy.
Like, there's a couple times the United States should have won gold, but they actually lost due to corruption. The last time they won gold was 2004, and Andre Ward.
Wow.
So yeah, corruption and stuff like that. Like a lot of like even on the lower scale, like not just as big as the Olympics, but even on the mass scale, it's a lot of corruption and stuff like that.
Wow.
And I got robbed before, so you know.
Wow.
Yeah. How'd that happen when you got robbed?
A couple times I felt like I should have won, and I didn't. But you know, that's how the game goes. So the thing is now that I'm learning as I develop and stuff like that is you can't let it be close.
Yeah.
Especially going to somebody else's backyard. If you even like make it seem like, oh, that could have went this guy's way or something that could have went this guy, they're gonna be like, yeah, so it's over. So you gotta go in there and either stop him or completely dominate.
Right.
So that's why I'm catching on to that mindset now. So
That makes me think, like, you ever get into a fight where, like, say somebody hits you and they hurt you, but you in your head, you know you hurt, but psychologically you can't let it show that it hurts you, because then they're going
Poker face.
right. Yeah. Does that ever happen to you?
So I never, like, I got a standing 8 count before.
Okay.
Which is if you get hit like a certain and the hit looks good, the ref will like count to 8, make sure you're good and stuff like that.
Right.
But I was never necessarily hurt.
Okay.
Like I've been hurt from like punches more that I didn't get a standing 8 count from than the ones that I did. Yeah. So I this one guy and he wasn't even that skilled. Like but you could tell like he was like
Aki and shit.
yeah, so I would say he's the hardest hit I ever faced. Like he hit me twice, and I actually won this fight unanimously too.
Wow!
But he hit me twice, and I was dizzy. Like but I just kept my
composure.
I don't even remember the round, but
that's how hard.
CTE, man. Nah, nah, but yeah. So he hit me like it was like one was an overhand right and one was a left on 2 separate occasions, and I felt it like. But I wasn't like, damn, like I need to get away from that. But I was like, damn, what the like, I was like, but I wasn't really, I never really been hurt like in a fight. Yeah. So
interesting.
Not yet at least.
Tom, you ever get hurt besides horse?
Hell yeah. And when I was born, hell yeah, I got knocked down one time out of my 4 years boxing. You know what I'm saying? And he was a heavy hitter. And motherfucker, and I had went like probably like 10 rounds of sparring, and he caught me. He came to the body, boop, 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 and he came up top, boom. And next thing you know, I was getting up like I was ready to fight some more. Yeah, man, I was like, I thought it was just getting started.
What?
And they pulled me out. He said, "Come on, live to fight another day." I said, "I'm all right."
Yo, you ever see the fights where it's like a fighter get like a TKO or whatever or knocked out, and then he start questioning the ref like, "Yo, why you did that?" Like,
You was unconscious.
Niggas be like,
Yeah. But
like the dudes that get knocked out, but they still throw punches nowhere down.
Yeah. But here's my thing, I got knocked down one time, and that dude had a lot of experience. You know what I'm saying? But also, I had my days in that sparring ring where I was like, you was making some mouths bloody. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I was.
That's some people. You see that moment. And that's back when you had the braids.
Yeah. I had the Deontay Wilders. I thought I was like, bro, I'm gonna tell you the truth. When I first started boxing, I thought it was gonna be like this, bro. I thought I was gonna go in there and be like, bro, I'm gonna crush everybody, like Hulk mode, bro. Right. I was like, nigga, I'm gonna go in there and
everybody,
bro. Bro, I got in there, bro. I started
quick.
Yeah, but I didn't get humbled until I went up against somebody who actually had skill.
Right.
And then that's when I realized, I said, oh shit.
There's levels.
All right. I gotta train harder. Okay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't beating on, I was gotta run some more. You know what I'm saying? All of that stuff plays a big part. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't got your heart in that sport, bro, you committing suicide. So just stop. You know what I mean? If your heart's not in it, bro, just be in the corner, work the corner. You know what I'm saying? Just fucking entertain, man. Go to switch your lanes. You know what I'm saying?
Do you remember one of the first conversations you and I ever had? Because it was about boxing.
Yeah, no, tell me about it.
So I remember.
Yeah, tell me. Tell me
Because here's the thing, right? When I met Todd was in boxing mode. Like, he would be like, in between where we talked about this a little bit, he would be like doing push-ups in between throwing boxes. Like, this dude was just constantly, and I was like, yo, what's good with you? You know, we had a nice, first time we ever really chopped it up, because they sent me over there to talk to him about something. They're like, make sure Todd's doing whatever. And I'm like, this dude, he just in his trailer doing his thing. So we was talking for a minute, because I like to avoid work when I could at the time, because I didn't like that job. And I was like, yo, what's good with you? And he's like, yeah, I'm in boxing. And I was like, well, you're going to be a heavyweight, right? And he was like, yeah.
Angry mode.
Word.
Always.
And I was like, in my mind, this is before Deontay Wilder fought Tyson Fury. So, like, to me, he was like the most dangerous man on the planet. And I'm like, I know.
To this day.
Right. So I'm like, yo, Todd, and I can see his, no, he don't. I can see that influence in the way you were approaching everything. And I was like, yo, you might have to fight that dude one day. Like, if you get nice at this. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, yo, this man is crazy. He's outside of his mind.
Bro,
for as big as you are,
you got to be in that
even
zone.
Bigger.
Listen,
you know?
when you boxing,
Yeah.
it's eat, sleep, and shit boxing. You know what I'm saying? You got to wake up, like, at least me, man, I'll wake up on that mode. Like, I wish it, bro. Like, any nigga that look at me wrong, I let him know. Like, yo, I'll box.
Yeah, you was a scary You was a scary dude, bro. I ain't want to rub Todd the wrong way, Paul.
But
I was like, yo, this dude, it's crazy.
Bro, anytime I went out to the clubs when I was boxing, like, I felt like I was holding down the whole team. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, like,
I was yo, something on the phone.
Yeah.
These hands.
Yeah, bro, but I was raised well, so I wasn't like, I know niggas got guns and shit, so I wasn't swinging and getting shot and shit like that. But you know,
for as fast as you can throw your hands, it's not as fast.
You know, cause then it's some haters
like,
out there.
oh, word, you don't put me on.
Yeah, people don't like to fight no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. Let's get our one on and keep it pushing.
Right. You can move through that.
Yeah, it's weak people out there in the world. They just want to shoot you. Pow! You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I went and got me a gun too. So I was like,
okay, I brought hands, but you brought guns. So
hey man, I ain't listen. I'm out the sport now. Now it's just it's just entertainment, jokes and shit. And if I'm with Verdo, he gonna go first.
Yeah.
And then you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Once he get through his jab and shit, then I'm gonna fucking come over with that old. I might even come and pick the nigga up and slam him just. You know
that's why you should always have at least one wrestler in your squad.
I used to wrestle 6, 7, 8 straight.
Well, yeah, we was talking about that.
I wrestled for 2 years in high school too.
Yeah, you know how to sprawl and shit.
Yeah, go for sure.
Is it weird that when it came to like messing with people, like if somebody messes with me, I'd rather deal with a boxer than a wrestler?
What the fuck?
I know that sounds crazy, but here's the thing: if a boxer hit me, he knocked me out, and I'm out cold, and that's it. He's not gonna sit there and punch on me.
Some people.
Yeah, well, I mean, but generally that ends the fight.
Right.
Wrestling is not going to end like that. I'm like, he might break my arm. He might try to break my foot, my ankle.
That's that UFC.
Bro, they're going to be doing some crazy stuff.
Right.
And first thing they want to do is grab on you, bro. I'm not trying to, they're going to be grabbing your clothes. A boxer will square up with you, and you know they're going to throw hands. Yeah. They're not like, you know. Like,
as soon as you start seeing him doing this shit right here.
Word. He take off. Yeah, he ready. Okay.
Anybody start doing this in a fight to get us right? No, just know they about to. No, he ready to go 12 rounds.
The person, I don't care about no kickboxers because first of all, kickboxers like to kick too much. They really do. You can tell too by the way they stand because they stand different than boxers.
Yeah,
boxers, bro. Y'all got your stance or whatever. Whether you southpaw or kickboxers be like this.
Yeah,
they do that like back, and then you see him get ready.
Silver.
Word. It's like, bro, you about to kick me right now? Like,
yeah.
Or some taekwondo's gonna do some spinning kick thing. I'm not dealing with that.
I got kicked by a Chinese dude back in my day, like when I was young. Yeah, bro. I you know, back in the day when we niggas used to do body shots, you know what I'm saying? Like right before, let's do body shots. Come on. I thought I was going, you know, I kinda tried to bully this kid. Not bully him, but I picked him out of the bunch, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, this my opportunity to show the world what I'm made of. Yeah, I said Chinese dude, Tyler Becker. And Tyler Becker, if you see this to this day, you remember, man. That's my guy, Tyler Becker, man. He a Chinese dude back in the suburbs where I grew up, right? Bro, I went body shots and he kicked, bro. He almost kicked through my motherfucking body, bro. Yeah, bro, I lost the wind and everything. I took a knee.
Michael Johnson.
Yeah, I said, hold up, man. What is you doing? I said, this is body shots. He said, yeah, that's how.
That's a shot to the body.
I said, oh hell no. I said, hold up, we gonna regroup. We gonna get back to this tomorrow.
Bro,
man.
think about this.
I gotta get a different strategy for your taekwondo ass, man. What the fuck? Karate, black belt. Yeah, I can't fuck with them niggas.
Interesting. Oh man. Hey, what do you guys think about like entertainers, people that are in that realm of?
There you go. Jake Paul.
Well, not Jake Paul. Jake Paul is about money. Everything he does is about money. I'm talking about people like Jet Li, Michael Jai White, like guys who are in the combat entertainment industry. You know what I mean? Where they have experience. Do you think that's a good transition for like athletes to go in after they finish their career from being in a combat sport to being in, because like the experience allows them to do that? What do you think?
Me preferably, I wouldn't do anything like that. I can't speak for them, but what I would do is work somebody's corner. Like after boxing, that's one of my goals, that I want to train a world champion. Hopefully, like if I have kids by that time and stuff like that, I want my son to be a world champion. But you know, whoever's
you want your kids to box?
For sure.
Wow, interesting.
They don't have to, but you know, that would be nice.
Yeah.
But regardless, I just want to train a world champion.
So even after you make it as a millionaire and a very successful boxer, professional boxer, you still want your kids to box?
Nah, for sure.
Got you, yeah.
If that's what they want to do,
that's the question.
I'm not gonna force it.
Yeah, like so. When it comes to parenting, considering that I'm the only parent here, like kids, like you didn't inherit your parents' passions. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
I get putting your child in a program for them to learn discipline and things like that. But from what I've seen, at least through history of sports, it's very rare for a parent to have a passion and to be elite at that, and then their child also have that passion, because they have different experiences. Even though they may have the similar genetic makeup. Like, for example, me, the financial situation my parents were in, and the way that I grew up, gave me a different type of hunger than the hunger that my father has for certain things.
Right.
And the same thing, like the situation I'm setting up for my daughter, she shouldn't have the same struggles and same challenges, because I've learned from the things that my parents did. So when it comes to
lay the foundation.
Right. So when it comes to a champion of a sport, there's always a reason why someone is a champion. And it's not because someone just laid the groundwork for them. There's always a hunger inside that person.
Right.
And that hunger doesn't come
fire, that desire.
Right. That hunger comes from a need. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like right now, you're not where you want to be.
Yeah.
And you see boxing as the way to get to where you are.
Sure.
Like when Todd and I first talked, that was his way. He's like, I'm gonna get my mom a crib. I'm gonna take care of my family. That hunger there,
different routes though,
motivated you.
Mission's the same.
And even though Todd's not in boxing now, it's that same drive is what makes this podcast happen.
Amen.
And what makes all the other things that we're working on happen with the training and everything. And that hunger is what drives you to want to be not just PA state champion, but national champion. Go from national champion to world champion, right? If you become that and your financial situation changes, your next generation will have an easy life. Easy life does not create the hunger necessary to be a champion.
There you go.
I see what you mean.
You know what I mean? So even though you may have that desire, the person who you might teach to have that desire might be from the trenches, because they have a reason to get out of the trenches. Your family will have no reason to do that. And you wouldn't. I get training your kids for the sense of protecting them, and they can have the confidence and discipline. But the idea of like, I want you to be world champion, why? Why would they need to be world champion when their finances and their needs are met?
Right.
They don't need to be hungry. They can help people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you put them in a position.
Yeah.
So that's the part that's the part of your legacy I think you want to transmit to your kid. Like, this is why I did all this.
Yeah.
So that we would be in a position to take care of our people.
Got you. Yeah.
You know, what are your thoughts on that?
You know, I actually know somebody, right? Like one of my favorite, I ain't gonna say favorite, cause I got a couple teammates and stuff like that, but his name is Danny. He's a 16-year-old kid. It's nothing special about him, I would say.
Shout out Danny, man.
So the thing I admire about him the most is that he doesn't have to, right? Like, he doesn't have to do any of this stuff. His family, they're good and stuff. Like, they're a middle-class family. Like, regardless of what happens, he'll be good for life.
Right.
But
why you say that? Because he's rich?
I ain't gonna say
he's well off. He's
well off. Like, regardless, they got
a wealthy family.
Yeah, regardless, they got him. But the thing I respect about him the most is that even though that's true, he still shows up relentless. Like, he shows up more than the people who are in a similar situation to myself.
Yeah, he got that passion.
Yeah, just like, again, Kobe Bryant. His dad was already in the NBA, and he became the greatest of all time. He still had that.
Kobe.
Yeah, so I guess it is situational, but for the most part, I do agree with you though. Like, it does take a certain amount to be,
that hunger.
Yeah, for sure.
To dig deep, and once you get hit real hard, and you about to get knocked out, and you get knocked out to come back to the gym again. Yeah, that hunger got to be there. That fire inside.
But yeah, I guess it just depends on the personnel though. Some people, have a reason.
And since we talking about kids and stuff, you know what I'm saying, when we have kids, this is like I guess this is like a popular question. It's been a popular topic. I'm gonna whoop my kids' ass, man, when I have kids. And I don't say that in a harmful way, but I say that in a way so that way, you gotta put your kid in line, so that way when you guys go out to public areas, they not trying to stun on you and embarrass you in front of the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What is y'all opinion on whooping your kids' ass?
Again, as the only dad here, I think it really depends on the child.
Yeah.
I have never had to hit my child.
Yeah.
But my daughter is like, and this is not me bragging, but it is me bragging, my daughter's like the sweetest little girl in the world.
Right.
I could look at her.
Because the way you raised her?
I think it's a combination of both.
Amen.
Like, I think her mother and I are doing a good job.
Amen.
So I'm gonna pat myself on the back, and I'm gonna pat her on the back. She's doing a good job. Sky's mom, thank you for being the mom.
Shout out to all the great mothers out there, man. Keep doing a great job.
But also, as you mentioned earlier, and this is something that I've kind of cultivated, you said you've never seen me upset or angry.
Yeah.
And there's a reason.
He getting there, right? He thinking about deep shit.
Like, there's a reason why I'm like that.
Yeah.
I've worked
composure.
I've worked very hard to be that way. It's like we mentioned earlier, prayer. I pray a lot. I study and read a lot, and I've learned
balance
over time how to manage. And I didn't come naturally because I was an angry little boy. But I learned.
You was an angry kid
when I was very young. Yeah.
You was bad.
No, I wasn't bad. But you
ever got suspended from school?
No.
I know you didn't.
I was
a detention. Did you have a detention?
Nope.
Give it up for Johnny Goat, man. That's why I got you on the team, man.
I was a good kid, but I could get angry instantly.
Yeah.
Not everybody could make me angry, but the people that had the ability to make me angry, it went from 0 to 100. Like I would yell so loud, everybody like 2 blocks away could hear me. Like I would. One time I'm not gonna talk about that, but no.
You punched a hole in the wall.
No,
I did that shit.
I did. I
had to patch it up. I fixed it.
I did. I definitely was like a danger to be around when I was angry because I would lash out, and hit people for no reason. I would attack people for no reason. Like just like literally, it seemed like nothing happened, and then something in my mind flipped, and I was just like violent.
Yeah.
Like it was weird.
You ain't never had no punching bags as a kid and shit?
Nah.
You did karate, Johnny.
No. Me and my brother used to wrestle a lot though.
Okay.
Me and my brother he was a lot bigger than me and a lot stronger than me.
Yeah.
So fortunately for him, he was bigger than me and stronger than me because if we were the same size, it might have been a different story. But he was very strong.
Yeah.
So he couldn't really be hurt by me, and that worked in our favor. But he would just laugh. But no, because of the energy that her mother and I bring, I think Skylar sees that. Right. She sees us when we're upset, but we're still both very positive people. We speak highly of each other. We speak highly of others. We're both very helpful. And so my daughter is helpful. Right. And her temperament is very sweet. Mm-hmm. Like I remember one time I was upset with her because she did something that I asked her not to do. I said, hey, I need you to do this. And when I went to talk to her, she started crying. So a child like that, you don't ever have to hit it because just the look just the words, just knowing that you're
The
disappointed,
demeanor.
that's enough to make her feel what she needs to feel to change her behavior.
Yeah, but I feel like,
But-
you know, I gotta, when I get my kid, I gotta have the belt like, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. I gotta pull that move a couple times.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, you know what time, whoosh, whoosh.
Because
You know what time, what's going,
right. As a parent, you also know your energy is in that kid.
Yeah.
So you remember what you might have been like if you know you was a bad kid, that's possible that could be in your child.
I used to grab the belt. I used to run from the belt.
Right. So that could be in
Yeah,
it.
bro.
For example, one of my close friends, one of my best friends, he's like a big brother to me. He's got 3 kids. His oldest one, you could genuinely talk to. And he's a little bit softer in that way. His middle child is one of the most stubborn people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
He will fight you. Like straight up. And he is strong.
Yeah.
He is the strongest little 4-year-old I've ever met.
God.
That's the type of child that's and
Built
he's
like a
defiant.
midget.
He will test you. So that kid, he might require a little bit more physical discipline because he may not understand the repercussions of his actions. If you just talking to him and words go over his head, he gonna be like, all right, boom, and go and do what he wants to do. So in that scenario, you might have to. Not every kid can be talked to.
Right.
So it just depends on the child.
Yeah.
But you also don't want to over discipline. Because I think our parents' generation, at least I know my parents' generation, my parents are old, definitely were over disciplined. You do anything wrong, you just get immediately beat. There was no questions.
And you know, and it seems like, that's what happened to you?
My parents definitely physically beat me when I needed to be.
And
or at least
look-
when they thought I needed to.
And look at the results. Look where we at.
Well,
That's
you
what
can't
I'm
go
saying.
by that.
Yeah, but that's
I got an older brother, he don't operate like me. He got beat more than I did.
That's all I'm saying. It's like it turns out to be a positive because I was just watching the news before I actually came here, and I seen it was like this little and listen. I in my opinion, I feel like Asian Chinese people are the most disciplined, docile, good people on this planet. They one of the smartest people on this planet. They don't even got to study for the test. A+. You know what I'm saying? But recently, before I came, I seen a little Chinese Caillou looking dude on the news. I'm serious.
Okay.
And he got in trouble recently because he was planning to go shoot up the school. And I'm like, what? My mom Dukes even said, wow. She said, nobody must have loved him. And I said, wow, that shit hit deep because I'm like, yeah, well, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you have kids in this world, make sure you pay close attention to them. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Show them that love and nourish them and mold them the proper way. So that way they're not off learning from the internet, learning from the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Put your kid in check and order and keep them real close to you. You know what I'm saying? So that way they can be successful and you don't set them up for failure. That's all. If it takes a little ass whooping, you know what I mean? Just don't be a little gentle. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to kill the nigga. You know what I'm saying?
You're a grown person hitting a small person.
Right.
Do not try to hurt them.
Yeah,
you just
man.
want them to understand that what they did was incorrect, and then show them how to correct it.
Put them in order.
That's
Don't have your kids out here on a leash and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
I saw that the other day.
Yeah.
I saw this family.
To each his own. Sometimes
Their
it be
kid
like
like a
that.
dog, and he was just ripping like a straight up pit bull. And I'm like, I don't know.
Shit.
Yeah, one of them backpack joints.
Yeah.
And I was like, clearly that they not doing their job, because if you I had my daughter, she's running free, just like chilling.
It's different
It was
situations and for
crazy.
reasons behind it. But if don't just have your kid on a leash if he's very healthy and you could teach him. You know what I'm saying? Just teach that nigga not to hold your hand when you cross the street.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stay. Hey, wait till we get home. That's all you gotta say. Yeah. Whenever I heard, watch when we get home. I was like, oh, shit, I'm not going home, nigga. I'm leave me here, please.
These days, kids will find an Uber and be like, I'm not going home.
You're right, yeah.
What do you guys think are some things that your parents did that helped set y'all on the right track?
Okay, so Champ, go ahead.
I
don't know. I wasn't really a bad kid. Like I can't say anything specific.
Growing up in the city, it wasn't enticing, just that
Shit, I ain't gonna lie.
having fun and just being out, going to the corner store, stealing shit. I did that shit a couple times, and I was in the suburbs.
He's like, ain't gonna catch me.
Nah, but
Shit, I was.
I don't know.
Swisher Sweet.
I always had a respect for my mom. I guess you could attribute that to the ass whoopings.
Amen. Yeah.
But yeah, so I never really, I never really tried to like disobey her or anything like that, because I knew what would come with that. So that's probably the main thing that kept me like, all right, I gotta chill. Like, it was that. But
what was the one time you got like the worst ass whooping of your life? Yeah. What did you do?
The worst ass whooping I ever got, I didn't even do it.
Those are the worst, bro.
Okay. So I'm not gonna get into full full detail, but basically it was my dad. And my dad only ever beat me like once or twice in my life. But yeah, so I guess he was under the impression that I was smoking weed. Mind you, I never smoked weed a day in my life. So I woke up like at 1 a.m. They woke me up. Come out here right now. So I go out. All I see is my brother crying already. So I'm like, what the hell? Like, what's going on?
Right.
So they like, yo, just
he had that.
Yeah. So they was like, just admit to us that you've been smoking weed. My brother, it was my dad and not my real mom, my brother's mom actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they was like, just admit to us. We was like, what the hell? So my brother was telling the truth. He was like, we ain't do it.
Right.
And then I was telling them too. I was like, we ain't do it. They was like, that's it last year.
They tried to press you.
Yeah. We both was saying no. Got whooped and shit. So after that was a bad whooping. So the next.
How old were you?
12, and my brother was 10.
Oh yeah, you could get the hands at that age.
Yeah. So the next morning, they decided to drug test us.
Oh yeah.
So we got drug tested, and my dad was like, "Oh, before I go get the drug test, anything you want to tell me?" I was like, "No." No, go get it. So he drug tested me and stuff. Shit came out negative.
Yep.
And my dad, he apologized and stuff.
That's beat first, ask questions later.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's good parenting though.
Hey man, it look what it did.
Nah, but
that's he's not this person because he got beat because he didn't do something.
I'm this person because I got beat.
Listen,
I
don't agree with that because it was no hard cold fact. Like literally, my dad wasn't even there.
Right.
My brother's mom walked in.
Right.
And she was like, "It smelled like weed in here. Y'all been smoking?" We was like, "No."
And she just assumed.
Yeah, and then she was like, "Okay." Left. Me and my brother kept playing with the toys.
Yeah.
Went to sleep like it was a regular night.
Yeah.
I woke up. I was like, "Damn."
Yeah. And here's the thing about parents. Like parents, a lot of times, especially if you're the oldest, like it's the first time they're parenting, and most times when the first time you try something, you usually bad at it. We don't give parents enough credit. Like just the fact that we survived. Like y'all took care of us. Yeah. You may not have been great at it, but you fed us, you gave us a house, you gave us clothes, you took us to the village, you maybe put us in school with this certain things. Like thank you for those things that you did. Yeah. We may not always, so to all the parents out there, thank you for the work that you do to try to make sure that we survive to adulthood.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Keep doing a great job with parenting, man.
Yeah, man. Work, I think
the kids didn't ask to be here. Fact. So once you have that fun night and you drip drop, and that 6 months later, 8 months later, come along.
9 months top.
9 months later, yeah, you the dad in here, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, 9 months later.
About premature babies.
Hey, man, listen. Once you have kids, be ready, man. All the focus and attention is for them now. Everything you do is for your kids. So you know what I'm saying? Have kids and turn up for them. Stop that. Going out partying and all that bullshit. Make it make sense because kids grow fast, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, they didn't ask to be here. You know what I mean? So that's most important.
How about you, Todd? What are some things that your mom did that helped you, that you feel like even to this day still guide you?
Yeah, Mom Dukes is a strong woman and she was an independent woman, you know what I'm saying? My father passed away when I was 12 years old. So, she raised me and my little sister on her own. And Mom Dukes moved me and my little sister from the hood of Newark, New Jersey, to the suburbs, which was Montville, New Jersey, Pembroke, New Jersey. And from there, we had an apartment there, and then she moved us from there. This is from her working like 2 to 3 jobs, you know what I'm saying, building great relationships with people. From the apartment, she moved us to our own house that we own now out here. So, just seeing my mom do it as a woman and go and come, and then whenever my mom got mad at me, she would like cuss, you know what I'm saying? Them cuss words would come out. You motherfucker. When I heard shit like that, I was like, my heart dropped. Cause I'm like, as a kid, when you hear like your parents cuss at you, bro, you get hurt. Like you be sad as fuck. Like, whoa, like they don't love me no more. And then she would take the belt and hit that whoosh, whoosh. Yeah, when I heard that shit,
it was like, oh,
bro, I would run to my room and go sit in front of the door and stay there until it was nighttime.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I was bad, hell yeah. And then I got older, she would try to beat me. I grabbed the belt. But I think, I think what it was, man, it's like, I seen she never gave in, you know, no matter how hard it got for her, and whatever I asked for, all the Christmases, I want Xbox, I want Nintendo, it was under the tree. And I was the type of dude that I would like rip the Christmas boxes open just to peek and see. Yeah, I got caught a couple times. Hell yeah.
Boxes look,
you know what I mean? I shake it. I know this is the Xbox now. We gotta find out for real, nigga. I'll rip a little piece and try to tape it back. Man, I got caught, got my ass beat. But yeah, I feel like that sternness that she carried with herself, you know what I'm saying? And that nourishing of love, you know what I'm saying? It was like, there's nothing like a mother's love, you know what I'm saying? So when Mom Dukes is like mad, you know what I'm saying, and cussing at you, it's like, oh my God, like the world is about to end almost as a kid, you know? So that kind of kept me in line. And also her moving me out of the hood to the suburbs, I was able to visualize a different like lifestyle when it came to like, you know, I was in the suburbs causing trouble. Right. I wasn't in the hood getting like in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it was like a different type of growth through life. So I wasn't I had like and I was in sports a lot. She kept me in sports. My mom, you know what I'm saying? She made sure whatever she had to do to scrape up some money to get me in football, basketball, track, whatever. So I was always busy and occupied. And I feel like that's most important when it comes to raising your kids, to keep them busy. You know what I'm saying? Get them in activities so that way they meeting other kids and they don't have really too much time to venture off and go ahead and get in trouble into some nonsense because, wow, I want to start. I want to be a starter. I want to be a cool kid. I want to, you know what I'm saying? So keep them in activities and stuff. And that's what my mom did. And it helped, you know what I'm saying? It helped keep me like balanced, so to say. You know what I'm saying? I got wild and stuff, but she never took her eyes off of us. You know what I'm saying? And that's important. Never take your eye. Once you have a kid, always pay attention to them and make sure you give them that real nourishment. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna pay off in the long haul because that's who I go hard for now. You know what I mean? Mom Dukes and little sis. You know, I want to give back to them majorly. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was for me. You know what I mean?
I think that's a great like example. That your mom said, and then now you had that in your mind, like
that's why I got a name tatted right here on my phone, Barbara.
Every day, you see that.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna do it for Mom Dukes. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely.
And
that, you only get one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Peace, pops. You know what I'm saying? And I put it like this: no matter what your parents go through in this life, you know what I'm saying? As a kid, looking up and looking at the adult world, you know. I'll put it like this, you know, my parents, they didn't have a perfect lifestyle when it came to like, you know, being in a relationship and taking care of us together. But I'll put it like this, without one or the other, like you need both of them in order for you to even be here. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if your pops and your moms is still alive here on this world, you know, don't hold resentment against, you know, your parents because, you know, we all go through tough times in this world and challenges, and we grow and we become greater people over time. You know what I'm saying? And without both people playing a part, your mom and dad, it would be no you. So I thank God every day for, you know, the both of them and thankful that they connected and made like handsome young man right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I think when it comes to me, I think that my parents. I think of two things. I think one, my mother's ability to see good in people. I've always admired that about her. And so she always had a variety of friends that was from different backgrounds and everything like that. So that enables me to have the same thing. Like Not all my friends are like Todd. Most of my friends look different from me, act different from me, have different interests. But because I was raised by a person who values the differences and always expressed appreciation, that's something I value. And then my father, he has very strong convictions. You know what I mean? Like when he really believes in something, he works toward that, works for it.
Right.
And I think that I kind of carried through. And those two combined with like the ability to choose, like teaching your kids, and this is something I try to teach my daughter from even at 4, like that she has choices that she can make. Because a lot of parents, they don't want their kid to mess up. Right. They're so afraid of their kid making the same mistakes that they did that they try to dictate the path that their child takes. And I agree with putting your kid in activities and making sure that they get to learn the discipline stuff, but they'd be like, I want my kid to learn karate because I used to get beat up in school. Oh, I want my kid to be in soccer because I want him to be a good soccer player. I want my kid to do this and that. I want my kid to play an instrument because I never played an instrument. You better practice your instrument. They're not allowing that kid to choose.
Build their own character.
Right. So then what happens is when that child is presented with the opportunity to choose, they don't know how to. Right. Because all those decisions were made before them. My parents dignified me with certain things, with certain choices. If I wanted to do an activity, they let me choose. They said, hey, these are the options. Do what you would like to do. And if something was outside the realm of what was possible, they'd be like, all right, well, we can't afford this right now. Right. Or, which is a very hard conversation to have.
With a kid, yeah.
Right? But they would be honest with me about that.
Yeah.
And so that taught me like, okay, I got to be honest with people when I'm dealing with them. And I got to be it. And now as a dad, like I've let my daughter choose as many things as she could choose within her ability level. I'm like, hey, Sky, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? And she'll tell me, oh, Daddy, I want to do this. Now she knows that the entire world, she can, as she goes through life, she can make choices.
Right.
You choose who you want to be with. You choose who you're going to partner with. You choose the friends they're not made just because you're in school with them. And as we get older, having that ability, that some people call it agency. Yeah. That's one of the most important things in your life. Like knowing that I choose my future. I choose my destiny. Right.
Yeah. So the moral to the story, man, make sure whatever you're doing with this one life that you got to live, you building your character, you building yourself up to be a great person, to be able to give back and take care of one day your children, you know what I'm saying? And be a great person to your family, man. That's what, especially if you a dude, you know what I'm saying? You want to build your character, man, learn and become that great man, you know what I'm saying? And take care of your family. Absolutely. And listen, what is some advice, you know what I'm saying, that you could give to the world when it comes to chasing your dreams? Because that's what we doing right now, all three of us right now, we chasing our dreams. So from the champ, what is some great advice you could give to somebody out there chasing their dreams right now?
Regardless of the trials that you face and the failures and stuff like that, just stay consistent, because if you keep going, eventually some point you're going to succeed. It sounds cliche, but sometimes all it takes is that one big break. So you could quit today and you don't even know tomorrow, especially in like the content creator realm and stuff like that. That could have been the day, but yeah, for sure, like take your failures with a grain of salt, and don't even consider them failures. Consider them lessons, because every time like something doesn't go your way, you can use it to build on that and better yourself. Absolutely. But yeah, just stay consistent, and if you don't quit, one day you're guaranteed to succeed for sure.
I appreciate that. Verdo dropping the gems tonight.
The champ is here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey man, show the people like some hand speed or something real quick, like, you know what I'm saying? Show the people some, you know what I mean? Like what yeah. Up. Hey. You need some water?
No, I'm sure.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, the champ is here,
Verdo,
man.
Thank you for coming.
Verdo McTEER, episode 8, One Life Podcast. It's a wrap, man. We out of here.
Sir.
Let's go.
The champ is here.
Subscribe.
Absolutely subscribe.